on one of the world's biggest cruise ships.
Lobster, let's go!
The supersized galleys are at full steam ahead.
You can tell by the noise in the galley that it's happening now.
With over 3,500 hungry holidaymakers to feed,
The best food on the cruise that I've had.
these are the hardest working chefs at sea.
There is no margin for error.
Fingers crossed.
On one of the busiest cruises of the season.
With no veg on the line, things are going to get a bit heated. Lobster, line 2!
We meet the faces
We will be busy. We will be extremely busy.
and the food
It's definitely a treat I don't get at home.
behind one of the world's biggest floating kitchens. In the Caribbean, the Regal Princess is making waves. This giant of the seas carries more than 3,500 passengers and over 1,300 crew.
Welcome to Regal Princess.
And they've all got healthy appetites.
So it's 12,000 meals per day. It's a massive, massive operation.
On board, food is available round the clock, with a choice of 16 eateries across 19 decks.
Princess really does have the best food than any other cruise line.
To keep this gargantuan operation going, 215 cooks work across 20 galleys, stuffed with state-of-the-art ovens, giant grills, and baking gadgets churning out 20,000 bread rolls a day.
It's huge. I don't think I've come across any galleys bigger than this.
The Regal is the latest addition to Princess, a cruise line celebrating its 50th year. This Leviathan is longer than 3 football fields and taller than 15 double-decker buses. Since its maiden voyage in 2014, it's fed over 143,000 passengers.
Lobster, guys, I want 3 lines lobster.
In charge of every morsel produced on board is executive chef Sean Candon.
Anything can happen. It's challenging. I mean, we have 3 dining rooms, plus we have the steakhouse, we have an Italian fine dining, we have the self-service buffet up on deck 16. It is a mad, mad operation. Is you all right?
Sean must make sure that every bite is up to scratch.
Okay. On a daily basis, I do basically 3 rounds a day. I think it's actually food that sells cruising. If the food isn't any good on the ship, then people just don't want to go back. On this ship, we demand perfection.
It's the Saturday night of a 7-day cruise, and the ship is between the Bahamas and the Florida coast. The demand for deluxe dining is stronger than ever.
High priority is the food. If the food isn't that good, we're not coming back.
Tonight, lobster's on the menu. And for the kitchen team, that means a lot of cracking, cleaning, and cooking.
Lobster, let's go! It's going to be like this until about 7 o'clock. You can feel the adrenaline rushing right now.
In just one serving, Sean and his team will shift 2,700 of these flavorsome crustaceans.
It's kind of a free-for-all, you know? We just give it until they don't want any more. We really want to just make sure that the flow just is continuous, and we haven't got time to stop plating.
Lobster isn't the only deep-sea delicacy in high demand.
They are tender and sweet, and these have been cooked perfectly.
Sean's serving up another ocean treat tonight. Seared scallops in a 3 citrus nage. A ring of Japanese scallops covered in a light citrus sauce and surrounding a bed of summer vegetables makes for one of the ship's most popular dishes.
Yeah, this is busy now. There's a heavy run on the scallops tonight.
First task, prepare over 6 gallons of sauce.
It's a very delicate sauce, so it's important that you stay with it every step of the way.
Each cooking station mixes a healthy slug of orange juice, lime juice, and lemon with a ladle of white wine and brings the mix to the boil.
It's kind of getting syrupy at the edges right now, which for me is just about right.
With the juices reduced, Sean's team add fish stock, thyme, and shallots. Thickened cream takes the acidity out of the mixture, while butter adds richness.
Paradise. I mean, it's just, I can smell the fish and seafood. I can smell the wine and the citrus fruits.
With the vegetables already on the go, Sean turns his attention to the star of the show, the scallops. Every year, the Regal Princess passengers chomp their way through 1.8 million of them.
they're still very firm. They've kept their shape. They still have that salty, kind of sweet aroma, which is exactly what I'm looking for.
Just 30 to 40 seconds each side and the scallops are ready to turn. Over the course of the night, Sean and his team will have to flip 4,000 more.
Just giving me that color there. That's what I'm looking for.
With the scallops seared evenly, the elements of this favorite come together.
In the words of a famous chef, it's summer in a bowl.
Every year, Sean and his team cook up 38,676 plates of this dish. That's enough scallops to cross the Golden Gate Bridge twice.
Okay, let's move on the scallop line, guys. Let's go. Tonight we'll get through about 1,200 portions. That's a lot of scallops for sure. You got the next batch ready? Okay, let's go, let's go. As you can see, the queue of waiters is building up right now, so I want to keep this line moving.
To keep up with demand, Sean must open up a second service station.
Okay, like this, okay? Veg, scallops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then potatoes on the top. We've never had to open 2 lines before.
Scallops are great. They're just perfect, actually.
They're to die for.
The next one meal.
9 p.m., the shellfish bedlam is dying down. But below decks, the ship's massive provision rooms are looking bare. These galleys need restocking fast. This giant ship only gets one chance to come to port and fill them up.
We cannot miss 1 kilo of anything.
5 a.m., Fort Lauderdale, Florida. One of the world's largest cruise ships creeps into port to take on crucial supplies. In just 10 hours, the Regal Princess needs to be back in Caribbean waters, fully laden with 140 tons of food.
Delivering high restaurant level food to 4,000 passengers per day, 3 times per day. There is no margin for error.
It's the job of Food and Beverage Director Mirko Milo to make sure every last item is safely on board.
If we miss something during our cruise, we cannot go to Costco and buy something.
With 5,000 passengers and crew to feed, Mirko's shopping list is epic.
Spices, chips, peanut butter, juices. We have flour there, 9 kinds of cornflakes.
That's on top of 432,000 eggs, 5,000 pounds of potatoes, and 6,000 lobster tails.
The numbers are huge. It's a massive operation.
All 140 tons is stored in 15 massive provision rooms across 2 decks. And every last inch of space is filled. 4 p.m., and with the last stock stowed, the Regal Princess heads back to the Caribbean sunshine. There are over 3,500 new passengers on board, and it's not long till they're hungry.
I'm an eater, so I look forward to a good meal.
I like to eat.
The kitchens are back in full swing.
Managed chaos.
This afternoon, the ocean-going holidaymakers are gorging on a taste of the tropics.
Beautifully presented and delicious.
Roasted queen snapper. Delicate sweet fish, served with eggplant caponata and drizzled in a lemongrass vinaigrette.
It's a very nice and refreshing dinner meal.
In charge of this colorful offering is Romanian executive sous chef Florin Dragan.
I expect from the passenger to like it and ask for the second portion.
Florin starts with the caponata, an eggplant and vegetable stew. He cooks onion, garlic, celery, and tomatoes with black olives and capers.
Cook for a couple of minutes till we get nice and soft.
In a separate pan, he fries off the eggplant.
The eggplant is very, very delicate. If you cook together, they're gonna smash it.
With a little tomato paste and vegetable stock, Florin combines the ingredients to complete the caponata.
Very good.
Last but not least, the snapper hits the hot pan.
The snapper we serve with the skin on, so we put first on the skin.
Every month, Florin and his team go through 2,400 fillets. Half cooked, he carefully turns the fish over.
Gives a nice golden brown color. It's exactly what we're looking for.
With the snapper cooked to perfection, Florin serves it on a bed of thinly cut vegetables. with the caponata and a drizzle of lemongrass vinaigrette.
It's very important. It's every single plate of them to go perfectly outside.
Every year, Florin and his team produce 12,324 perfect plates of this light summer fish dish. That's enough snapper to run up and down Wall Street. Right now, the grill is full, and the fish is in demand.
It's actually got the nice red color, and it's cooked just right.
The snapper was good. It was crispy. It was moist. I really enjoyed it.
I think it's just very tasty.
The restaurant customers may be satisfied.
So far, so good.
But 3 decks below, there's no rest for the food and beverage team.
This day, unfortunately for us, it's a lot of pressure.
The Regal Princess is in the Bahamas for her first stop at a tropical island. And 3 hours from now, staff need to have a monster beachside barbecue up and running.
We're going to open 2 buffets and 4 bars as soon as possible.
The 120-strong team loads small shuttle boats with mountains of food to send ashore. But there's a problem.
Glass bottom boat should be here.
The food may be on its way to land.
We need somebody here.
But Mirko and his staff are stranded. The first shuttle to the island should be reserved for them, but it's nowhere to be seen.
Normally we open at 11:30 for passengers, so we should be there, but it's going to be a bit tight.
In the Bahamas, the Regal Princess's kitchen team has finally made it off the ship by hitching a lift with the passengers.
Normally we set up everything for the passengers when they arrive on the island, but yeah, life is full of challenges.
They've hit the beach.
It's 10 a.m. now, so it will take another 15 minutes for us to offload everything. We are a bit tight today.
But after their delay getting ashore, they now have just an hour and a half to empty 2 boatloads of food and set up a beachside barbecue open to over 3,500 passengers.
Have a great day, folks.
120 staff have to get together 4 hot buffet lines, serving up 1,300 hot dogs, stacks of burgers, and 770 pounds of grilled fish.
At 11, I'm going to have 1,500 passengers on the island, plus or minus, and by 11:30, I'm going to have more than 2,000, and we need to open.
As we said, we are going to be opening the line on time at 11:30, and here it is.
Food has been excellent.
It's been very good. I've enjoyed everything that we've eaten so far.
With the passengers enjoying some Caribbean sun, the chefs back on board the Regal Princess turn their attention to tonight.
Okay, gentlemen, good evening.
It's set to be one of the biggest nights of the year.
And tonight is what night? Gala night, so the signature menu for the week, okay?
To mark 50 years of Princess Cruises, the Kitchens are rolling out a deluxe celebratory menu.
It's going to be full on tonight.
The chefs get a taste of what faces them on this crucial dinner serving. One dish stands out from the rest. Braised oxtails served over rotelle pasta. Slow-cooked meat drenched in a rich tomato sauce takes diners on a tasty trip to the heart of Italy. Young Italian sous chef Davide Menabo is in command.
Of course I enjoy it. It's my passion, and I'm very lucky that it's my job.
With the passengers getting back on board, Davide can't waste any time. He needs over 200 plates of pasta ready to roll as soon as dinner begins. Davide starts by braising his oxtail in olive oil to lock in its strong flavors. With the meat browning, he adds a mix of onions, carrots, and celery.
That's the base of the sauce. A sauce without vegetable is not a sauce.
A healthy glug of red wine is next, followed by stock and chunks of tomato.
It's looking great. I smell Italian. I smell my country.
Davide brings the mix to the boil, then transfers it to the oven to be slow cooked. After 4.5 hours, the tender oxtail is separated from the bone. Davide then drains the sauce to create a rich gravy. Time to bring this dish together. In a hot pan of oil and butter, he sautés more onions, carrots, and celery, followed by the dark sauce.
Looking very great. We just wait a couple of minutes or more.
The meat is next into the mix. Finally, the pasta.
It's testing home. My home is testing Italy. It's testing. It's making me so proud to cook these dishes.
Davide needs to keep these little tastes of Italy coming thick and fast. Every year, the kitchens here slow cook their way through 11,284 plates of this oxtail delight. That's a pasta pile 4 times taller than the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
We got here around 150 portions. It's about 4 kilo, 5 kilo of pasta. Of this, tonight, I can bet 5 is not enough, for sure. We are a chef, so we are never stop, you know? From morning to evening during service, that's our job.
Out in the restaurant, dinner is underway, and the oxtail pasta is a big hit.
It was fantastic.
I could have more of that and not feel full.
I really liked it a lot. If the chef could just come live in our apartment, you know, that would just be really great for me.
The 50th anniversary gala dinner is in full swing. The chefs are determined that the passengers leave with a gourmet experience to remember. So the success of the whole evening depends on dessert. A dessert that it's taken pastry chefs 3 days to prepare.
The best is yet to come.
On board the Regal Princess, it's gala night. The galleys have coped with an onslaught of orders.
Lobster, line 2!
But the jewel in the crown of this meal is still to come.
Now we are preparing around 2,500 pieces for only one night.
A dessert that's been planned for months and has taken 3 days on board to prepare. Chocolate raspberry mousse with vanilla creme brulee. A heart-shaped sweet treat sitting on crunchy shortbread, served with fresh raspberries.
The dessert for tonight, we are already using here in deck 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trays almost.
In charge of assembling this intricate dish is head pastry chef Hernan.
A lot of effort to make this dessert because this dessert very special. This product should be 100% quality.
With a pre-made raspberry creme brulee filling setting in the freezer, Hernan sets to work on the mousse. He mixes creme anglaise and raspberry puree before adding gelatin and the all-important chocolate. Every week, the Regal Princess gets through the equivalent of 9,000 bars.
Now the texture is getting shiny and smooth, so this mixture is almost done.
A quick taste test.
Yeah, the taste is good.
And Hernan is ready to mix in whipped cream. He pipes the first batch of mousse. Tonight, he'll get through over 2,000 of these heart-shaped molds.
It's a 50th anniversary of this company, so the presenting should be 100% quality.
He tops the chocolate mix with the frozen creme brulee, more mousse, and chocolate biscuit. After freezing, Hernan's team gets artsy.
You can call me an artist if you want. I can do a lot of things with chocolate.
It's graffiti, pastry style.
We have this special machine that we use.
Hot compressed air from a spray gun fires out rich, velvety cocoa butter.
On our mousse is going to form a nice crust of chocolate.
The finishing touches leave a plate of pure chocolate enchantment.
The quality is good, the taste is good, so I hope the passengers there will come happy about that.
Every year, Hernan and his team make 76,000 of these complex creations. That's enough mousse to cross the Mississippi 4 times. Tonight, over half the ship will taste this special dessert.
The service is busy, but the dessert will need to be perfect.
It's all hands on deck as the mousse march begins.
Go creme brulee, raspberry, give me the raspberry.
And in the restaurants, the guests are smitten.
It was wonderful. It was decadent. It just melted in my mouth. This was very good.
Best one we've had on the cruise. Can we have it tomorrow?
As the final dessert leaves the galley, the chefs can finally wind down.
This is the last tray of the dessert. I prepare 50 trays. It's all gone to the dining room.
And a monster cleaning operation gets underway. Guests are leaving the Regal Princess's restaurants after a 50th anniversary meal to remember.
I always think the food makes the trip a lot better.
There's a wide variety. There's a lot of food experiences to be had.
Overall, it's been high quality. I haven't had anything that I don't like.
The galley team can notch up another successful night in one of the biggest kitchens on the high seas.
A great success. Everything flowed as smooth as a Swiss watch, so I had no issues tonight. It went very, very well.
We are all tired, no issue. Everybody's been fed, everybody's happy.
It's successful. It's excelente. You can see my face? Of course, I'm happy.